such a mess. What's up everyone? Welcome back to Nerdy Craftsies. I have a few things here displayed for you. It's a different camera angle, so I'm going to have to try and adapt to this. There we go. Today's tutorial will be how to make these cute little things. Yay. Now the fun thing about these two little things is that you can make them into anything. You can turn them into a ring, or you can actually make them into a pendant. Or he can be a little charm if you put a pin. Or he can be clip-on earrings if you don't have any piercings, so you just have to buy those clip-on findings. So cute. Or finally he can be any traditional type earring, so post and studs or hooks. It really does depend what you want to do. The good thing about these cute little things, they are versatile. They're so versatile. Here are your list of materials. Beige, ecru, or any other flesh-colored polymer clay. Green and yellow, because Link seems to be a blondie, but he's an exception to the rule. And any kind of pointy-tipped tool. You can make them bigger. And what I use is a cutter for the head. Since I don't have any actual circle cutters, I use a piece of bubble tea straw. So you just cut it out, and it's a really good way to make circles. If you want to make a bigger pendant, you can definitely use a bigger cap. Size difference, depending on how big you want to make Link's head. This is not big enough. You can always use from a medicine bottle. And if you like your Link much bigger, you can use this from a protein shake cap. Let's get started. So let's put these guys away and use them as reference. Take the flesh color and make it into a flat sheet. You can use your tools to flatten it out. Don't make it too thin. It's about this thickness will do. Take your cutter, cut out 2 little Link heads. If it gets stuck, just push it out. Now that would be a problem if you're using a cap. It'll be harder to remove it, but this is fine. Get your mind out of the gutter, guys. Woo! Here's our base. Next, what you're going to do is roll out this, but a little thinner than what you would have done with the flesh. Now be careful, because this is the hardest part. The hair really did give me grief, so I'm going to show you as best as possible how to get this done. Here's the thickness difference, so you can see it's about half the thickness for the hair. Okay, so for the hair, what you need to do is you need to actually draw it on the clay first before you cut it out with a cutter. What you need to remember is that the hair should not pass halfway across the circle, otherwise he's going to look emo. And that's my bird. We don't want an emo Link. Right? Right. I'm going to post a picture of this little Link on my DeviantArt, so you can take a look at it, and on my Facebook, and see how you can trace it out. If you want, you can print it. Sometimes it makes it easier. So just trace it out on the clay. The best thing to do is to make an actual little circle on your clay, so that way you know where the halfway point is. Don't push all the way, you just want an outline. Just a little contour so you know where halfway is. And make a little line so you know there's your halfway. And now trace it, and then you're going to place it on the circle. when you trace it, you're going to make this part here much longer because it's going to wrap around the circle. We don't want a bald-headed Link. We don't want a middle-aged Link. We want Link and his youthful, beautiful anime face. So we don't want him balding. Make this top part a bit bigger than the actual circle. And now cut it out. Now what we're going to do is place the hair on the head, like so. Remember never to pass that midway point, and now you're going to flatten it down. The longer part of the bangs are supposed to be on each side of the head. You're going to use these as your guide, so you're going to put them on each side, and then you're going to manipulate the rest of the hair around it. When you're adjusting Link's bald spot up here, you can actually put your finger on the bangs. It's not a big deal. And you're just going to push over. And polymer clay is very elasticy, so it's going to move and it's going to extend for as much as you want it to. Here we go. So it looks like a girl right now, but we're gonna get there, don't fret. Now do the same thing for the other circle. Here we go. They don't have to be exactly the same, but if you want them to be the same, you can work on it. The hair is a little more difficult to make, but what you can do is you can draw it on a piece of paper and then trace it out on your clay if you want to do that, so you can have them exactly the same. I don't really mind because then it shows that it's handmade and there's a little bit of a charm to that. Next, what we're going to do, the elf ears. For the elven ears, you're going to need 4 little round balls. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pinch one end and make a triangle so that it looks like this. And you're going to attach it to Link's head. And just push it in. Right there. Now do the other ear and also both on the other head. Now that the hair is done, what we need to do are the strands behind Link's head. So you can see little strands right there. And it's really simple. What it actually looks like in the back is this, right here. So you're making an upside down crown. That's pretty much what it is. You take your clay. What you can do if you're worried about the size is take your cutter again and just trace it so that you know how wide you can go. Remember, don't press too hard. You're just lightly pressing down so that you know where you're going. And then you just start cutting away. This is what it is. And you're going to put it behind his head. So it looks like this. And you just press it down so that it stays there. Now do it for the second head. Now it's time for the hat. You want it to be somewhere in between the thickness of the head and the thickness of the hair. In the same way that we did pretty much everything, it's always safe to use your cutter as your guideline, or take the head and trace around it with your sharp tool. As we can see here, it's not a very complex shape. This is what it looks like in the back. It's a semicircle with a tip. Here's the shape. Take your Link head, your semicircle, and place place it how you like it. Should look like this. Now make the other one. So here we go, they're starting to come together. Okay, so what's left now is detail work, and that's super simple to make. See that there are two tiny little lines inside of Link's earlobes. And on the hair, I don't know if you guys can see it, there are tiny little lines. So we're going to draw this in with the pricky tool. So for the ear, what you're going to do is just make a line. For the hair, you're just going to go with the wave. So if the wave of the bangs are going this way, you're going to draw a couple of little lines in there. I would say maybe 3 or 4. And then also on the side bangs. And there we go. Now we're going to put them in the oven. Time to do the eyes, and it's very simple. You really just have to draw 2 circles and a mouth. That's all you have to do. Color depends on your preference. I'm just going to be using brown this time because I just want to. Once you're done and happy with the face, let the paint dry, and then we're going to put a little bit of gloss on them. Time to gloss those links. Here they are, all glossied up and done. As you can see, none of them look exactly the same, and that's normal. That's because it's polymer clay and it's handmade. And that is the beauty of handmade, is that they're going to be different. So every person that you make this for will literally have a handmade, unique, can never be exactly reproduced type item. Thanks again for watching, and if you have any suggestions for future tutorials, let me know. Put them in the comment section below. Bye! Bye.